Okay, so last time, okay, we were doing the moles and the volume relation. Okay, so today is your sixth. Okay. Okay, so last time the means we have done all the chemical equation reactions. Okay, counting we have done. Okay, so today our topic is basically we are continuing with the previous one. Okay, I will give you a question. Okay, first let's insert the language. Okay, this one. Now, if suppose let's take this one, C2H6 plus O2 to give CO2 plus H2O. Okay, for 10 ml ethane. Okay, what is the volume of O2 required? Okay, at STP. So please solve this. Okay, so what is the answer? Anybody having answer?
35 ml, sir.
35. Okay, 35 ml.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first you have to balance this reaction. Okay, so it will be C2H6 plus O2, so it will be 2CO2 plus 3H2O, so it is 7, so it will be 7 by 2 O2 here. Okay, so 1 is equal to 7 by 2. Okay, so that is in mole. Okay, that is in mole. Now volume, I told you yesterday, volume is directly proportional to mole. So VmL will also be equal to 7 by 2, sorry, 7 by 2 ml. I should write V here. Okay. 7 by 2 VmL. So if we take 10 ml, okay, so how much it will be? 10 times. Whatever is there, it will be 10 times. So it will be 35 ml. Or you can write like this only. 1 ml will be equivalent to 7 by 2 ml. Okay, that is your ethane and this is your O2. So 10 ml will be equivalent to how much? 35 ml. So that is the answer. That is easy. Okay, this is how you have to calculate. Okay, now again a question which is related to counting of moles. Okay, counting of total moles in mixture. Okay, so let's see this one. Okay, 100 moles of A are there. Okay, 50% associate, 50% means 50% of A, 50% associate as A gives A by 2 and 50% dissociate as A gives X plus Y. Okay, so what are the total moles in the mixture? Total moles in the mixture. Okay, please calculate it. Yes, any answer? 125. Okay, okay, should we start solving? Okay, so let's start. So first you have to take, see, this is your 100 moles of A. Okay, let's take the solution. Okay, so 100 moles of A Okay, 50% will dissociate and 50% will associate. Okay, now 100, so out of 100, 50 are there and 50 are there. Okay, so dissociation, A gives x plus y, so 50 minus 50, 100% dissociation gives you 50 of x and 50 of y. Okay, here it becomes 0, so total is your 100 here, and A gives half A by 2, means it's a dimerization, so 50 minus 50 will give 25 because it is half, it is a dimerization. Okay, so that is your 25, so here it is 0, now it is 25, it is 100, so 25 plus 100, that is your 125. Okay, so this is, so we have just did some revision. Now coming on to our next topic. Our next topic is empirical formula. Yes, 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 please ask. Any doubt?
Sir, in the association part, can you explain once again?
This one, see, association is your dimerization. Okay, it means when I write, okay, let's discover it. When I write association, it means A and A are combining to give A2, just like I told you last time, it is N2. Okay, nitrogen atoms, so two nitrogen atoms is giving one molecule. Okay, so these two are combining to give one molecule. Similarly, A, both of the A are combining to give A2, so 2 is going to give 1. Okay, then 50 is going to give 25. Are you getting?
Yes, yes, sir.
So this is how we are. So 50 will give 25. This is the mode of writing here. Okay, it can also be written as 2A gives A2, or dividing by 2, so we will get 2A gives 1 by 2 A2. I told you in the last class, miss, yesterday I told you, you can go and see the video, last 10-minute video is there. Okay, or you can go and see the PDF. I uploaded the PDF on the WhatsApp, so you can see that. Okay, so this is our, so now next topic is your empirical formula. Okay, let's start with the next page. Okay, empirical formula. Okay, empirical formula. Okay, and molecular formula is basically molecular formula, you all know, molecular formula. Okay, now empirical formula is what? Okay, it is the reduced form of molecular formula. Okay, reduced form of molecular formula. Now what is molecular formula? Suppose we take an example for this one. Let's take the example. Okay, say this is glucose. What is the formula for glucose? C6H12O6. So that is our molecular formula. Whatever we normally write, okay, whatever we that is your normal, okay, in the normal sense, whatever we write is the molecular formula. Then reduced formula is the empirical. Reduced means we can divide the number. Okay, this is the number C6 is the number 12 is 6. Suppose we are dividing it by 6, so 1 by 6. So we will get CH2O. Okay, so this is your empirical formula. This is in 9th class, I think. Is it in 9th class, empirical formula, molecular formula? Still there or they have removed?
10.
It's there. Have you studied this empirical formula, calculation and all that? Aparajita?
Yes, sir. We did empirical formula in 9.
9th class. Okay, so you remember all the calculations?
Yes, sir. Basically, all remember.
Okay, basically you remember all this. So I will not take much of your time. So I will give you a example because it's 1 year and you are being promoted continuously. In 9th class, you were promoted, or because if you are promoted means then I have to teach you. So let's assume that I am assuming that you all are promoted. So let's take an example of this. Then I will give you the normal numerical and the IIT JEE level of numerical. Okay. So now suppose we take again the example of glucose. Okay, C6H12O6 glucose. Now glucose has, if you take the carbon, we have, how much is the weight of the carbon? 72 gram. What is the weight of oxygen? It is 16,6 and 96 gram. Okay, and hydrogen, it is your 12 gram. So basically it is your total 180 gram, that is your glucose. What means the component there. And then we can take the percentage. What is the percentage weight of carbon? Percentage weight of carbon is 72 by 180 into 100, so that becomes 40%. Okay, then percentage weight of oxygen, percentage weight of oxygen is your 96 by 180 into 100, so that is approximately 53.34%.
Sir, in test it was like
Yes, please tell. Hello? No? Okay. Then hydrogen, percentage of hydrogen. So that is your 12 by 180 into 100. Okay. So that is your around 6.67%. Okay. 6.67. Okay, so that is the percentage. I should write it as 3 only. This is okay. This is the percentage. This is the percentage. Okay, this one. Now in the normal question, okay, let's take a 9th class question only. 9th class question here we are taking, so that you can revise it. Okay, suppose they give you a compound, okay, containing carbon, hydrogen and oxygen with, okay, sorry, with carbon percentage, they can give you carbon percentage 40%, oxygen percentage 53.33%, and hydrogen percentage 6.67%. Okay, molecular weight is 180 gram. What is the empirical formula? What is the empirical formula? So suppose this is the question, okay, and I know that you have solved this question various times, this type of question, but I am just giving you example, okay, so that you can revive your memory. Now how to solve it? Okay, now they have given you in percentage, okay, they have given you in percentage, so you can find out. First, you don't have to see this line you don't have to see right now, only see this one, carbon 40%, oxygen this, and this, hydrogen. So let's take 100 gram of compound, 100 gram of compound. So out of 100 gram, who appeared? Is anybody there?
Yes, sir.
Anybody wants to join? Nobody is there. Okay, let's continue. Let's take 100 gram of compound. So out of 100 gram,
Sir, presentation not visible.
presentation not visible. Okay, wait. Let's take 100 gram of compound. So 100 gram. So how much is the carbon? 40%. Means 40 gram carbon. 40 gram carbon. Okay. What is the moles of carbon here? 40 by 12. Okay. 40 by 12. 40 by 12 means 40 gram is the given weight divided by the molecular weight, that I told you in the second lecture. How to, who is doing din here? Okay.
Sir, I guess your mic is not working well. You aren't audible to us at times.
My mic is what?
I guess your mic is not working properly. You are not audible to us at times.
Okay, okay, let me see what happened to my mic. Meeting details. Am I audible to all? Aditya? Okay, you lost your network connection. Okay. What happened?
Alright.
No.
Hello?
Sir, I guess there's some issue with the network.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Now I can hear you, but I guess you got disconnected.
Okay, guys, so sometime the network goes out. Okay, so okay, this one. Let's start. Okay, 100 gram. So let's assume the total compound is 100 gram, 40% of the carbon. Okay, that is your carbon. So 40 gram of carbon. Now number of moles of carbon is 40 by 12. 12 is the molecular weight of carbon, 40. So it will be 12 3 the 36, and then it is 4 again, 3.33 moles. Okay, are you getting this one?
Yes.
Then hydrogen is 6.67% hydrogen. So it means 6.67 gram of hydrogen, and moles are 6.67 divided by 1, so that will be 6.67 only. Okay. Then oxygen is 53.33%. Okay, so that is your how much? 53.33 gram. Okay, now number of moles 53.33.
3.33 moles.
That is there, divided by 16, so 3.33. Okay, 16 3 the 48, yes. So 3.33. Now what is the ratio we are getting? Is your carbon
0.2 to 1.
3.33. You have done it, so I assume that you are feeling comfortable in all of this calculation. So oxygen 3.33. Okay, so what is the lowest number? We divide the fraction by the lowest fraction. So what is the lowest fraction here? 3.33. So we divide all this by 3.33. So what is the empirical formula coming out? CH2O. Okay, that we did earlier, but to just show you, this is the empirical formula we did, CH2O. So that is how we used to find. Okay, that is in the 9th class, but just to show you, because uh, you know we don't remember everything, we are humans. So CH2O. Okay, you will not remember all these things after 2 months. So this is the empirical formula. Okay, empirical formula. This is empirical formula. Now weight of
Sir, in
this.
10th it was like we have given three elements, then we have given mass number, then we take out percentage, then we take out greater number of moles and atomic ratio, and then find out the empirical formula.
So-
We used to do it in table form in 10th.
This is your table, na? You can just make it a table. This is a table form. You like this. This is like, I told you, no, that is in the 9th class how we do it. Okay. I also did it in 9th class. They have not changed the syllabus from the last 50 years or so. We are doing all the same things. Okay, now coming on, that is your empirical formula. Sorry. Okay, now we have to take the weight of this, weight of CH2O. So what is the weight of CH2O? 12 is the weight of carbon, plus 2 is the weight of hydrogen, because hydrogen is 1, so 1 into 2, 2 plus 16. So how much it is?
30.
Okay. How much is it? It is 30 gram. That is called as empirical formula weight. Simple. Okay. Then they have also, okay, I gave you the 180 gram, that is your glucose. Okay, molecular weight is 180. What is the empirical formula? So we already calculated. Sometimes they ask you to calculate the molecular formula, because you know that the molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6, but after calculation of the weight of the empirical formula, we can find the molecular formula. So how to find the molecular formula? Suppose you got the weight. Okay, weight is there in the question. So weight of the molecular formula, that is your molecular weight, divided by the empirical formula weight, empirical weight, whatever number we are getting. Suppose we are getting 6. Okay, so you have to multiply 6 into this empirical formula, so you will get the molecular formula, C6H12O6. So that is your molecular formula. So you have to multiply 6 in that. Okay, sometimes they ask you this. So that is your empirical formula, molecular formula. Understood this one? Because you have done it you have done all these things in the 9th class. Okay, so I am considering it that you know. Any doubt or in this? I don't think you have a doubt in this. Okay, now let's take one question. Okay, so give me 1 minute, so I have to search a question, maybe somewhere. Where is the question? Okay, I got the question. So let's, okay, you can do empirical formula. Questions are very easy. Okay, let's do a question. Okay, vitamin C. What is the name of vitamin C? Aditya? Aditya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What is the name of vitamin C? It is ascorbic acid. Okay, no problem. Okay, vitamin D is there, vitamin A. Okay. Have you not studied vitamins in 9th 10th class? Aparajita?
Not any specifics.
So yeah, not specifically.
Okay, okay. So vitamin C is, it is a type of alcohol basically. So although we write acid, but it is alcohol. So, okay. So vitamin C, the percentage of carbon. Okay, I am just giving you the percentage. 40.92%. Okay, 40.92, and then 4.58% of hydrogen. 4.58% of hydrogen. Okay, and 50, oh sorry, oxygen. Oxygen is 54.50. Okay, so you have to just find empirical formula. Okay, empirical formula for vitamin C. Just find empirical formula, don't do anything.
Answer?
Yes, any answer?
Yeah, but first I would like to ask you now.
Yes.
If it's 1.3 or 1.4, do we take it as 1 or do we multiply to a whole number?
See, if it is 1.33, okay,
Yeah.
then you have to choose a number, any number, which is when multiplied by 1.33 gives a whole number like 1 2 3 4 5.
Okay.
Okay.
And in the case of 1.3, the same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because for carbon you will get around 1, for hydrogen you will get 1.33, for oxygen also you will get around 1. Okay, so because carbon and oxygen you will get 3.4 moles. Are you getting?
Yes, sir. 3.41.
So 3.4 3.4, so that will be same
1. Yeah, 1 1.
1 1 ratio, but hydrogen will create a problem. Okay.
So you can multiply it by any number, right?
Yes, yes.
So you can multiply it by 10, right? So,
No, you have to see the lowest one. Okay,
Okay.
let me solve it. Okay, I thought
So
you.
it's 5.2 or 3.9.
Okay, let me solve it. Okay, although it is easy, but okay. See, for this, Okay, carbon, if you divide carbon, so there is your carbon 40.92, so it can take 41 or something like that, but if you take 40.92, because you can use calculator, no problem.
Sir, I'm getting CHO.
C, no, hydrogen you are getting, because it is 4.58, so you will get 4.5, so that is your carbon. Okay, for hydrogen it will remain same, because hydrogen is 1, so 4.58 divided by 1 is equal to 4.58, so that is your hydrogen. Okay, and then oxygen.
3.40.
Oh. Okay, so that is your oxygen. Oxygen is 54.507. Okay. So 54.50, I'm just taking this one, divided by 16, so again it is giving 3.4 of oxygen. That is your oxygen moles. Okay, now what you have to do,
All of them approximate will be 1, sir.
no, not exactly 1, because this is 4.58, so what you have to do, suppose you, I thought you done it, it is in the 9th class also, suppose you get this 3.4, 3.4 and it's 4.58, so what you have to do, carbon is 3.4 you are getting, hydrogen is 4.58 you are getting, and oxygen is 3.4 you are getting. So what I told you, divide it by lowest number, lowest fraction value, it is number or fraction, whatever you want to say, so divide it by 3.4. Okay, so what you will get here, C1, H is 1.33 approximately. Okay, if you divide, you will get this one. Oxygen is 1. Okay, you have to do this step, this is the important step here. Okay, then you get 1.33, so there is no atom which is 1.33, there is no fractional atom there, atom is always complete. So we have to multiply any number n. Okay, it should be 1 2 3 4 5 6, whatever is, okay, whole number n, so that 1.33 into n gives another whole number n dash. Okay, suppose you multiply 1.33 into 2, it will give 2.66, so that is not valid. 1.33 into 3, so that will give around
3.9.
3.99, so we can okay, this one, got it?
So we can consider this as 4, right?
Yes, so we will consider this as 4. Okay, so this will work, this will not work. Okay, so we are going to multiply it by 3, so n we are taking it as a 3, number 3. So n is equal to 3, so that will become C3H4O3, so that is the answer. Okay, this is how we do it, that is an empirical formula.
Sir, in 10th, we used to take approximative 1.33 something, then we used to take 1 only.
No, that is another case, it will, this case is different.
But sir, in during multiplying, we can take approximate. So why can't we, at the time of calculating that, can't take? Sir?
No, 1.33 in the case of atom you can't take, atom or moles of, because hydrogen is the atom there, it, okay, either it can be 1 2 3 4, so we have to multiply it by some number, so that it becomes a whole number, fraction is not there. Okay, I don't know, if you give the example of that question, then only I can understand, but that is not the case every time. Okay, if it is 1.1 you can take approximately 1. Okay, 1.3 you can take approximately 1, but if it is 1.33, it is difficult to take it as 1. If other number are higher, then suppose you are if you are saying that it is, suppose carbon is coming as 4, oxygen is coming as 6, and hydrogen is coming as 1.33, in that case you can take hydrogen as 1, no problem. Okay,
Okay.
but here the comparable numbers are there. Now you can see the comparable numbers. 1 is there, 1 is there, so 1.33. So you can't take it. If there are a bigger number, then okay, chalega aisa. So okay, we understood this one. So this is the important step. Okay, empirical formula questions are not that much difficult because they have all the same type of logic. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask.
No, sir. No.
Okay, then another type of question they gave in empirical formula and all that, they give a reaction, okay, and then they ask the empirical formula. Suppose take an example of combustion of glucose. C6H12O6, okay, plus 6O2 gives 6CO2 and 6H2O. Okay, that. Now what they will do, they will give some weight. Okay, let's take it as 180 gram only. It will be easier for you to understand. 180 gram of glucose on burning with oxygen, that will be a sort, they will make a statement like this. Okay, so 180 gram of glucose will give, okay, 6 into 44 gram of carbon dioxide. Okay, 6 into 44, so 6 for the 24 and 6 for the 24. Okay, so that will be around 284. Okay, this one, and 6 into 18, so 6 8 is 48, and that is 108 gram. Okay, so wait a minute. Sorry, so that is your 264. Okay, 264 grams. Okay, this one. So this they gave. Okay, they will not tell you that it is glucose. They will just tell you 180 gram of some compound give you this much gram of carbon dioxide and this much gram of water. What is the empirical formula? Okay, what is the empirical formula? This one. Now you have to see a compound that, because you know that is glucose, so 180 gram is giving carbon dioxide, that is your 264 gram. Okay, from this carbon dioxide we can calculate the carbon. Okay, calculate the carbon, and from water, okay, that is your 108 gram, calculate hydrogen. Okay, don't calculate oxygen because that will be very cumbersome. Don't calculate oxygen, that is important. Okay, only thing you can easily calculate carbon and hydrogen. When you have calculated carbon and hydrogen, then oxygen will automatically come because the rest of the mass will be of oxygen. Okay, rest of the mass will be of oxygen. Okay, I will just give you example, then I will give you a question to solve it. Now consider 264 gram CO2. So how to calculate carbon from it? Okay, so 1 mole CO2 means 1 mole carbon. Okay, or I can write 44 gram CO2 is equal to 12 gram of carbon. Okay, 44 gram is the weight of CO2, 12 gram is the weight of carbon. Okay, so this is the condition. So how much is the carbon in this 264 gram of CO2? So 264 gram of CO2 has how much carbon? That you can calculate because you know. Okay, so we can make it 44. Okay, just right here, 44 gram CO2 is equivalent to 12 gram carbon. 264 gram will be equal to how many grams of carbon? So that will become 72 gram. Okay, glucose has 72 gram. Have you understood this one? So that is 72 gram of carbon that you get. Now how much is hydrogen? How much is hydrogen? So now you see, if you see water, H2O, okay, so 1 mole H2O means 2 mole hydrogen. Okay, 18 gram H2O means 2 gram hydrogen. So we have 108 gram of H2O. Okay, so how much it will be? 12 gram hydrogen. Okay, so when you have calculated this weight and this weight, 72 gram we have calculated, and you calculated 12 gram, then obviously the rest of the weight will be of oxygen. Okay, 72 plus 12 plus oxygen weight will be equal to 180 gram. Okay, and you can calculate the moles as well as the moles of oxygen here, and you can also calculate the empirical formula, molecular formula, whatever they ask. Okay, now let's solve one of the question that is also a easy question. Okay, have you understood this one? Because glucose you know very well how much is the weight and this and that. Okay, so they give you the weight of carbon in the form of carbon dioxide, weight of hydrogen in the form of water. Okay, again I am giving you a simple question. Okay, okay, disinfectant, okay, alcohol on combustion means reaction with oxygen, gives, okay, oh I forgot, okay, gives your 0.561 gram CO2 and 0.306 gram H2O. Okay, okay, weight taken of alcohol is 0.255 gram. Okay, find empirical formula. Okay, find empirical formula. Okay, so only one question is, it's difficult to find the questions. Okay, please try to solve it. Okay, let's try to solve it. Okay, are you solving it, all of you? There are no other questions regarding that. Okay, should I solve it? Harsh? Okay, are you getting anywhere?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay. Teeth, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try to solve this one.
Thank you for the question.
Ah, yes, yes. Okay, see this question. Okay, now I'm solving it. Any answer?
Extremely, sir.
Okay, use calculator, do it fast.
Okay.
Prince, are you there? Okay, let's solve it. Okay, now first you have to see 0.561 gram of CO2. So I've told you 44 gram of CO2 is equal to 12 gram of carbon. 0.561 gram of CO2 is equal to x gram carbon. So what will be the x? Okay, so that will come as 0.153 gram of carbon. Okay, then this is your water, 0.306. Okay, and I told you about water also. 18 gram of water is equal to your 2 gram of hydrogen. Okay, then how much it is? 0.306, or you can just take it 0.3. So that will become y gram of hydrogen. Okay, so that will become y is equal to 0.03. Okay, 3 6 are 18, so 3 6 are 18, 2 3 are 6, we take, okay, I'm just giving you exact number. Okay, I'm using calculator. So let's take the exact number, because exact number are very necessary in empirical formula calculations. Okay, so this is your hydrogen, and this is your carbon and hydrogen. Okay, now what is the total weight? 0.255 gram. So 0.153 and 0.343. So that is your carbon, hydrogen, and rest mass out of 0.255 is your mass of oxygen. Okay, so mass of oxygen you can calculate, very simple. 0.255 oxygen weight plus carbon weight is 0.153 plus hydrogen weight is 0.0343. Okay, if you have any doubt, please ask. Then oxygen weight is approximately, it will be 0.068. So that will be 0.068. Okay, so that is your oxygen. Okay, so you got the weight of oxygen, carbon and hydrogen. Then our next step is to find the moles. Okay, what we did earlier in the calculation, you have to find the moles of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so what is the weight of carbon? That is your 0.153 divided by 12. Hydrogen is 0.0343 divided by 1, and 0.068 divided by 16. So okay, so what is the weight, moles of carbon? It is 0.0128. That is your moles of carbon. Okay, 0.0343, that is your moles of hydrogen. Okay, this is your moles of carbon. Then oxygen is very less here, 0.0043 moles of oxygen. Okay, now what is the next step? Tell me the next step, Aparajita. Anybody can tell, no problem.
Finding the ratio.
Finding the ratio. So what you have to do, you have to see the lowest number. What is the lowest number here? 0.0043.
For carbon we get 3, then for hydrogen 8.5, and for oxygen 1.
Okay, so I've calculated this one. Okay, so hydrogen is 3, oxygen will become 7.9. Okay, where is my, okay, oxygen, you are getting 1, hydrogen you are getting
8.5.
8.5.
Yes. It's 8.5. For hydrogen.
0.0343 divided by 0.0043. So it is 7.9. Use complete this number.
It took 0.034.
0.0043. 3 also you have to use. Because it will change the entire scenario. Okay, I am getting 7.97. Okay, so you have to divide all of them by the lowest number. So 0.0128 divided by 0.0043, you will get approximately 2.98 you will get. Okay, then 0.0343 divided point 0.0043, so you will get 7.97. Okay, and here it will be 1 obviously, so that is equal to 1. Okay, so carbon is 3, hydrogen is 8, oxygen is 1. So that is your empirical formula. Okay, so this is the answer. This is the answer. Not it. Any doubt in this? Okay, so but in the exam, in the this IIT JEE or JEE mains or something, you will not get many questions of this one, because the calculation is very cumbersome, or you will get a calculation which is very easy. Okay, that calculation is cumbersome here. Now I am just revising it for you. Okay, so suppose you got this much of carbon dioxide, then this much gram of carbon. Okay, this is the calculation. Another calculation for hydrogen and water, then you can calculate hydrogen.
Sir, your
Rest.
voice is breaking.
Your voice, okay, my voice, what happened? Okay, now it is coming clear. Hello.
Sir, your voice is breaking still.
Okay, still it is breaking. Check. It is. Let me close the door. Hello. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have just calculated okay, water and hydrogen, so that is your hydrogen. Okay, rest is your oxygen. Okay, calculation is 0.255 is the total weight of the alcohol. That is your hydrogen, and then carbon, so that is your weight of oxygen. Then next step is to find the moles. So we divide the weight of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen by their individual atomic weight, so 12, 1 and 16, so we get the moles. Then whichever is the lowest number of moles, okay, we will divide that number, okay, to get the whole number. So that is your empirical formula. Okay, so there are not much questions regarding the empirical formula. Okay, you will get the question based on combustion, this one, that is the higher probability. Okay, direct question empirical formula now they don't ask, because it's already you have learned in ninth class, so they don't ask much about that one, so because that is also easy topic. Okay, this is the done for empirical formula and all that things. Now okay, yes, so let's take another topic. It's only 10 minutes are remaining. Today is your math class, or is it cancelled?
Yes, sir. We have.
Yes, sir, it is there.
Okay, okay, so what, yes, the next topic is your equivalent weight. Equivalent weight. Okay, this one. Basically equivalent weight is used now, it is because we are using moles, so it is not of much use. Okay, but it is there in the syllabus, sometime they ask. So equivalent weight is what? It is it basically depends upon the molecule, what type of molecule you have. Okay, so for journal, in the journal sense, we can write equivalent weight is equal to atomic weight divided by valency. Okay, do you know what is valency? I haven't taught you. Everybody knows valency?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how many valency have aluminium have?
3.
3. Boron have 3. Okay, so if you because most of the time you for you know 10 in 10th class we don't study that much about valency. So if you forget or if you don't know about the valency of particular atom, please ask. Okay, there should be no hesitation. So for example, let's take oxygen atom. Okay, what is the valency of oxygen? It is 2. Okay, so equivalent weight of oxygen, I am just talking about O. Okay, because molecules don't have any valency. Okay, equivalent weight of for oxygen atom is your 16 is the weight, atomic weight, divided by 2, so that will be 8. Okay, so that will be 8 is the equivalent weight for oxygen atom. Okay, got it? Now sometime there are transition element. Have you learned about them?
Yes, sir.
Transition metals or elements. What are transition metals? Prince here, why don't you speak here?
All the elementals.
All the
All the elements from group 3 to 15.
okay, group 3 to 15. Okay, 15 it is 13.
14, 14.
No, it is up to group 12. Okay,
3 to 12.
it is up to group 12. Okay, except that zinc is not there, but okay. So transition element, suppose we consider iron. Iron is a transition element. Okay, now iron has two valencies. Sorry. Okay, iron has two valency. Iron is this. So sometime its valency is 2, sometime its valency is 3. Okay, when its valency is 2, so when we write iron oxide, so it is FeO. Valency of oxygen is 2, valency of iron is 2, so they make a bond. Okay, like this, no problem. 2 valency of oxygen, 2 valency of iron. When iron has valency 3, so it has 3 valency, 1 2 3. So we take one oxygen, it will make 2 bonds, then this valency will be empty. So we need another iron and this oxygen. So here it is completing the valency, then another oxygen will complete the valency. So the compound will become Fe2O3. Have you understood this? So if they give you this compound FeO, it means the valency is 2. When they will give you this Fe2O3, the valency is 3. Okay, the valency is 3. Got it? So this is the valency concept, and there are various type of valency. Suppose I give you say P2O5, phosphorus pentoxide, P2O5. Now in that valency of phosphorus, valency of phosphorus is how much? 5, because here it is 5. Okay, that is the valency of phosphorus. Okay, suppose I give you this one, CO2. Valency of carbon, you already know. Valency of carbon, valency of carbon is 4, you know that. Okay, that is a CO2. Okay, so this is it's about the valency. Okay, I will talk more about valency tomorrow. Okay, so that is about the valency, and same valency will be used to calculate the equivalent weight of any atom. Okay, suppose they give you, okay, now in this very simple question, if they ask what is equivalent weight of iron in Fe2O3, okay, equivalent weight of iron in Fe2O3. So in iron, the valency in Fe2O3, iron has valency of 3. Okay, so equivalent weight is equal to atomic weight. Atomic weight of iron is 56 divided by 3. So 3 is the valency. Okay, so you will get 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are 15. Okay, sorry, 26, 3, sorry.
18.6.
Okay, so that is
18.6.
huh
18.67.
16.67.
18.67.
1 8 3 8 24. Okay, sorry, what I am doing here. Okay, this one. So this is the equivalent weight for iron. Okay, this is the basic concept of equivalent weight. So what is basically the equivalent weight is, it is the atomic weight divided by the valency. Most of the time because that is a very big concept, but you have to understand, sometime for transition, okay, transition metal are different, and when I say transition element, there are some more element there, like phosphorus is there, okay, nitrogen is there. So there are various other elements which show variable valency, means they can, phosphorus can show valency of 3 and also can show the valency of 5. Nitrogen can show the valency of 3, 5, 2. Okay, there are various valencies are there for nitrogen. So there are elements which can show variable type valency. Tin can show valency of 2 and 4, like that. Okay, so there are various elements also which show, changing valency. Okay, their valencies are different. So first you have to understand this one only. Equivalent weight is your atomic weight divided by the valency. Just understand this concept. Okay, then we will do it tomorrow. Various type of calculations are there. Okay, equivalent weight tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay, so only 3 days are required to complete this topic. Okay, have you got your module?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so try to solve question from your module. Okay, now you can solve some around 60-70% question. So you can solve it, and you have any problem then ask. Okay, if because if you have PDF, then it's okay. If you don't have PDF, just tell me the question, we will discuss it here only. Okay, all what is my target is that some of you, around 2 or 3, will get 100 percentile in chemistry. If you get 100 percentile in chemistry, your rank will be like, it will be high, lowest rank in the Gujarat. Lowest rank means lesser number, so in that context it is lowest, or you can say highest pride, lowest rank. Okay, so I want some of you to score 100 percentile, because it's not very difficult to score 100 percentile in chemistry. Okay, so this is the concept. Okay, this is the concept. So okay, so we are ending here today's topic. You can leave your maths class now. Okay,